It is now very clear that Ugandans are fighting in the Russian-Ukraine war, fighting on the Russian side. A video was so viral on social media when Ugandans putting on Russia military paraphernalia were on the battlefield, in fact singing Ugandan army songs. In fact, here's the tape.
О, глянь, сколько одноразочек. Еще и поют. Радостные. Ничего, сейчас на залив пойдут. По-другому запоют.
Those are the Ugandans who are on the front line in the Russia-Ukraine war. So questions must come out and be asked. Were they sanctioned by the government, or they did it on their own peripheral? Because it has two effects which I'm going to explain in this video. First of all, Russia has a very good background with most of the African countries, because Russia was behind the fighting of the colonialists. Remember, Britain was the colonizer, France and Germany, etc. And since they had differences, because these people started having differences as early as in the 18th century, so Russia supported a lot of Pan-Africans to get their independence. Even up to date, Russia still has cordial relations with most of the African countries. It is the reason why if you ask very many African leaders, they will gravitate towards Russia because of the historical help and historical injustices that were meted on by the Britain. But seeing Ugandans on the battlefield, it is something that I want to discuss in this video. So before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagali. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So, one may ask, is it a problem for Ugandans to be on the battlefield? Of course, yes, most especially when it is not sanctioned by government. Because at least through government official statements, I know they saw these videos. They have not come out. They have not come out to say that they sanctioned this help. Okay? Yet Ugandans were speaking Uganda, singing the Uganda army songs. So one may ask, what if Ugandans do it on their own want without the government connection? One, the moment you allow your citizens to go and search battlefields, you are putting the lives of Ugandans to die for something which is not sanctioned by government. In fact, it's better for Ugandan government to have some deal with Russia so that they can see payment, repatriation. What if someone has broken the hand, or they are going to compensate? But of course, if they go in such an arrangement, they can be sanctioned by the outside world. So if the government doesn't come out to sanction such operation, and Ugandans do it on their own will, it also has a problem. If the war ends, these same Ugandans will come back home. Remember, they will be having some military training. They have ever been on a battlefield. They know military formation. What if they organize an uprising? So it is a two-way sword. If the government interjects, can get sanctions. If it doesn't, you are creating a militia without you knowing, who are going to come back in the country. Okay? So Ugandan government must interest itself in that. It is the truth. Keeping a deaf ear on such things cannot work. But also I saw some Kenyan soldiers, Kenyan citizens, also on the battlefield. The difference between Kenya is it came out to speak against it. In fact, even in the Senate of Parliament, in the Senate of Kenya, they came out to say that maybe they have to be brought back home. One even died on the battlefield. In fact, the Kenyan citizen were here on the battlefield years ago.
Watu wanataka pia si ati unakaa sasa. Unakaa ni kama kuona mwili. Kila kitu iko bie bro. Kuna mtu analalamika huko? Analalamika nini? Kazi tunaendelea vizuri. Ndio bro. Nani anataka unga kwa kazi? Hakuna kazi poa kama hii. Kama tunatoka hapa. Tuko hapa tunabadilisha lado. Hizo stories zingine ni watu wako na stories zao.
That is Kenya. So, having Ugandans on the battlefield in a war, in a battle, when our government is detached from it, it has some effects and many of them are bad. The best thing is for Uganda to stay away, at least in combat. They may support in morally, but in physical combat, even Ugandan citizens must stay away because it has a ripple effect in a war where we are not going to get anything. Of course, that's my opinion. Remain yours truly, Mr. Makindi. Kabiesura Iman Mawagali. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.